And the fight against gangs in Danville continues, and we're getting to know the people putting themselves in between the violent groups and the city's law-abiding citizens.
The final stop in our To Serve and Protect series introduces us to the officers trying to end gang activity in Danville. They say it's contributed to increases in crime in the city. 10 News reporter Tommy Lopez shows us what they're up against and how they're trying to stop the violence.
Looking at this ice machine a short drive southwest of downtown Danville, you can see old symbols scratched in. Some represent local gangs, others have national affiliations, like these Bloods and Crips signs over top of one another. So these are remnants of old gang signs, and part of the trouble is figuring out what they mean.
Correct. I mean, you know, is this gang graffiti or is this tagging?
Danville police are trying to solve a growing problem. Gang activity has been increasing for more than a decade. Lieutenant Mike Wallace says the landscape is constantly shifting. It makes it hard to know which gangs are active and who their members are.
They're always changing. It is always a fluid kind of thing.
Community members who try not to be involved can still be at risk.
The horrifying story of two gangs shooting at each other and an innocent child being in the middle of it, that's a nightmare scenario for anybody.
Gang membership has been up and down in Danville, as has the homicide rate. There have been quieter stretches, like in 2007 and 2014. But 2 years ago, there were more killings per capita here than in any city in the Commonwealth. Police say gang activity is one reason why there were a record-breaking 16 homicides. The department said in October that there were about 250 gang members in the city.
It is a fact of life, and it is here, and it's something that we're really trying to deal with.
Wallace and Captain Dennis Haley have been working gang cases in Danville since the 90s. And 15 years ago, Haley was one of the first officers to focus solely on these cases. He says gang membership has increased exponentially since the early 2000s.
When it comes to gangs, they're always going to be recruiting, so they're always trying to expand their numbers.
He says there are investigators that specialize in analyzing gang indicators, from symbols to clothing.
A lot of people who aren't familiar with it just have a hard time processing the significance of something like a t-shirt or laces in a tennis shoe.
He says police are succeeding in taking some members off the streets, but those people are often getting exposed to new gangs in jail before they get out.
They will bring the knowledge that they learned in jail and start trying to put it into effect on the street.
Officers say they're still seeing two disturbing trends: gang leaders recruiting kids and people being unwilling to give police information.
People are reluctant. They're afraid of the gangs, usually because of threats.
And information from people can be vital to investigations.
We need the community to tell us what the problems are, because they're the ones that see it first.
Corporal T.B. Scarce works with the 22 neighborhood watch groups in the city.
We're overrun with gangs, or we don't have any gangs, and there's really no middle ground. But the truth is everything lies in the middle.
He says people can really make a difference in their communities.
First and foremost, neighbors need to communicate. There's always that hesitancy to get involved if you feel like you're the only one.
Police Chief Scott Booth, who's been on the job less than a month, is making a push for officers to get to know more people.
You talk about how gangs form and how people are pushed or pulled into that lifestyle. I want them to understand that there are alternatives out there. I want them to understand our role as a police is to help them.
Booth wants officers to walk through areas of the community all together like this once a month. He believes that will help them serve and protect. In Danville, Tommy Lopez, 10 News working for you.